All right, let's talk to Shane Comley-White. He is the chief instructor and president at the International Him So Do Association. Now, what is the Him So Do Association? Well, I'll tell you. We've spoken about all kinds of people on the show. Shane is the chief instructor at this association. He's lost out on teaching classes due to the lockdown, but has moved them online. So I think we need to find out, just like we have about other businesses, what different businesses and what different associations and organizations are doing to make it through lockdown. So it's a martial arts body, right, here in Johannesburg, Shane?
That's correct, yes. How's it, Gareth? How's the team? How are you guys doing?
Nice to see you, man. So you emailed us and you told us you've lost around 80% of your to develop alternate ways of bringing your training to students and hopefully to new people, new recruits. So how can you do all this stuff online? Tell me how the business has changed.
All right, so basically in a nutshell, I've been dealing with the schools. So I've been using the school halls and rec centers and all that, and obviously we aren't able to train at those. They've all been shut down and we don't know when they're going to be opening. So with a bit of the background that I've got from the past, I was able to develop a website that can manage online subscriptions.
Yeah.
And I also took the time of this lockdown to kind of teach myself how to actually do video filming and video editing to try and get all of this stuff created and presented in a syllabus format.
Right.
So we've built up a whole structure so you can start at a white belt level and work all the way up to as far as you can go, as well as doing virtual training, so live virtual training like Zoom and all of those other options as well.
So you're telling me I can join you now for martial arts training?
Yes.
Online, from my house?
Yes, that's correct.
That's fantastic. Now, that is something I'd like to do.
Okay, well then you're more than welcome to join if you wish. Look, it's a difficult topic because people always say there's nothing can beat a live session or a class training and all that. However, we're trying to come up with all the different options to assist in that. So we've got the pre-recorded videos. We've also got the live interaction training through Zoom, for example. And once the lockdown ends, we're going to be doing roadshows in a way where we're going to be going to all the different provinces or wherever else other people are signing up from and having physical training.
I'm very impressed that you've managed to find a way of doing this during lockdown. You know, some people have just decided they're going to write off the year and they've just considered it like one long quarantine. But you're out there working. Now, I pronounced it wrong, but it's the Him So Do. What does that mean?
Okay, basically it's a Korean martial art. The wording or phrasing Him So Do means way of the strong open hand.
Way of the what?
So strong.
Okay.
Way of the strong open hand. And in a nutshell, what we do is we focus on all the kicks, the punches, very similar to Taekwondo and all those. We also do a whole range of weaponry. So we've got 10 different traditional and practical weapons that we train. And we also end off doing the samurai sword, but the Korean version of it.
Amazing.
So there's got a whole range of things that we deal with.
And you are actually a 5th Dan black belt.
Yes.
Wow. So that
I got my... I got my 5th Dan in December last year, and it was
amazing.
One of the most incredible weekends in my life. It was the toughest, but it was definitely worthwhile.
Just tell us about that weekend and how you become how you get to your 5th Dan. That means, you've gone through every rank that there could possibly be. You've probably met the most important people in your disciplines in the world.
Quite a few, and also some celebrities as well down the line. But in a nutshell, we train with the 5th Dan itself. The Saturday of the grading was a 6-hour grading, okay?
Yep.
We had a couple breaks in between, but we're training for 6 solid hours.
Sure.
Being tested by 4 guys who came out from overseas.
I can't even stand for 6 hours. My back starts to hurt.
Well, I can help you with that if you need help. But no, it was, and then the second day was all the weaponry and all that kind of stuff, and that one was another 4 hours. So we were working on a lot of hours of hardcore exercise. And I'm not going to lie, for the week afterwards, I was completely man down. I was exhausted and broken, but yeah, it paid off.
Amazing. So, all right, if I went on now and I started you start with what, white belt stuff, right?
White belt, yes.
Okay, and then you'll basically learn a few moves, but this is really helpful. I think people need to know how to defend themselves. Everybody expect someone else to come to their rescue if they're in trouble. But you've got to have basic techniques, even if it's just a confidence thing. You might never need to use them, but it's good to know how your body can be put best to work in a situation where you're in trouble, or just because the discipline keeps you fit.
Yeah,
there are a thousand reasons to do this.
Well, the thing is, personally, from my experience, I used to be extremely shy. Okay, where I couldn't even say my 21st speech to my family members. I was that shy.
Wow.
So this training, I've been training for 21 years at the moment, going on to 22.
Amazing.
And it's actually given me the confidence to be proud of myself and proud of my achievements and actually deal with things that I never thought I would have. And yes, you learn the self-defense. Yes, you learn the physical aspects of the training, but it actually gives you a lot more confidence, discipline, focus, mental and physical abilities, and yeah, you're able to just achieve more than what you actually thought you could. That's my experience.
Can you start on, like, is there a level of fitness that you need to have before you can start, or is there a minus white belt that I could start on?
There's absolutely no level that you need to be. You don't have to qualify to be anything. Okay, so there is no such thing as a minus white belt. We'll call it a grade R. How's that? Just for this case. But no, in all honesty, you can be the most unfit person in the world, and you actually work to your ability, and then we push you to be better, if that makes sense.
That's very cool.
We had this one guy who was 78 years old. He joined the sword training. Okay?
What?
He wasn't able to, he was not flexible at all, and he wasn't able to stretch his arms out straight to the side. So with the training, we kind of just worked with him, and now he's a lot more flexible. He gets up and does 1,000 strikes every morning, and he does 100 of each angle, so there's 10 of them, so it's 1,000 strikes in total. And he's now even moved to Russia with his fiancée, and he's now still training there, overseas.
That is amazing.
Well, if you want to find out more, you can contact Shane. Just go to his website. It's himsoo, S-O-O, D-O.com. Himsoo, sorry, I said it again. That's just, English. We can't help
You're going to end up saying this all day just to get it right.
www.himsoodo.com. himsoodo.com, and you can go and find out from Shane how you can sign up for some of his classes. That's excellent. Well done, man. I'm so pleased. I love the way people are adapting.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time as well from your side.
Good to chat to you. There we go.
Cool. Thanks, Ed.
Isn't that useful information? Shane Comley-White, and he is the Chief Instructor and President at the International Him-Soo-Do Association.